So disciple is one who is in discipline. If not, what? And Srividya is like a poem. I did not know initially. Who will read this book? Why do you think they should read? They are more focused on teaching Swami how he should be. I told you it's not academic education. The same thing if you hear 100 times. You name anything under the sun, I am not exaggerating. He can speak about it, but hours and hours and hours. Ida and Pingala, your left and right nadi is in the physical body. If you dissect the physical body, you will not find where the nadis are. So I just completed the mantra initiation of Kameshwari. So the conversation was going on. So it's a continuation of that and more about Titi Nitya Upasana. And when I say this, seniors would be upset. Oh, we have gone through Kameshwari, Bhagamalini, Nityaklina, Bherunda, Vahinivasini, Mahavajreshwari. Anybody? Chitra Nitya? Dr. Ji? Me. Sarva Mangala. Okay. So, same thing we have to hear. I told you it's not academic education. The same thing if you hear 100 times. Again 101st time. A new intuitive light will flash in your mind and you understand it better. This is the difference between academic education and spiritual knowledge. If you watch Baba's videos, maybe I don't know, because chosen ones are given, but whenever we heard him, means guiding our meditation, guided meditation and all that, and some of his lectures, when he was in the body, used to be the same. Klein, that's how he would start. And then he would talk about the twin cities that you are. Same track every time. So sometimes, I would sit at the back and then I would say ahead of what he would say. Not, he wouldn't be able to hear me, but I would do that. That's why sometimes I used to sit at the back, so that you have a lot of freedom. So I never used to be angry with my students also, when they used to sit at the back and do their whatever they want to do, as long as it doesn't disturb others. It's not the case. They always loved my classes, and students from other classes, they used to bunk their class and come to my class to listen to my poetry classes, especially when we work out the symbolism in poetry. It's a difficult part always. Poetry is very difficult to teach. And Srividya is like a poem. I did not know initially. It has layers and layers of interpretations. So, it's up to you. Want to sit in the first line or in the last line, doesn't matter. Somebody asked him, I think Justin O'Brien and Teresa, to Swami Rama, that Swamiji, we have just come as new disciples and you have so many senior disciples and such a big following and etc., all that. And Swami Rama said, Teresa, you are in my heart. Disciples are those who are in discipline. Disciple is a word taken out of the word discipline. So disciple is one who is in discipline. If not, what? If somebody is not in discipline, what?
Admirers.
What is he?
Admirers.
Huh?
Admirers.
He is a very good student. He has listened to all my lectures. They are all just admirers. What exactly you mean by admirers?
So just keep talking about that, but they don't implement the teachings in their life.
They take pride in belonging to a particular guru. But they neither have the inclination nor the time or interest to practice what the guru teaches, because it's hard. It's not easy. To talk about the guru is easy, right? So Baba is to shout at them, don't think that you become a great disciple by being with a great master. Baba had in his mind something very unique which the world needed most. He spoke and wrote only that which was needed for the generation and the generations to come, and never talk about the scriptures, esoteric meaning, and say it is very secretive, mysterious. Never. So, if you happen to read his books, some 40 50 books are really, really great books. Others are also, so that it is available to each and every one. Available to each and every one. When he was the Shankaracharya of Gauravpreet in Maharashtra, near Mahalakshmi temple, Kolhapur, with great aspirations and ambition, he went to become, he was chosen, selected, and he agreed to become. But after going there, that nothing much happens there in terms of spirituality. It's all ritualistic, and the disciples who are around him, in the name of taking care of the Swami of the Matha, was nothing but putting conditions and restrictions. Swami, tumhe aisa hi rehna hai. They were more focused on teaching Swami how he should be. And Pad Puja karna, and offering dakshina after dakshina, the typical practices that you find in India in the name of spirituality. He was very much against it because it's not going to make you grow, expand your consciousness. The problem of the human mind is it gets stuck with actions, activities. Karma is very fascinating for the human mind. What is karma? What you perform with your hands and legs and 5 sensory organs and 5 organs of knowledge. This is what you are. Plus mind, plus ahankara, and of course Atman. So man is accustomed to performing actions. Without action, he cannot stay even for a second. This is the bondage, bandhan. So whatever we perform, both good and bad, with these instruments in the body, you become that. That we call karma. What karma? Prarabdha karma, Sanchita karma, Agami karma. They are all names, don't worry about the names. The karmas which you had earlier, the karmas you perform now, the karmas which you are going to perform later are classified as 3 in number. These Samskrita words can be frightening to many people. So Baba tried to make it very, very simple. He never used technical words. So when he asked his disciple Pandit Rajamani, who takes care of Swami Rama's organization in America, near New Jersey. He is a Sanskrit Pandit and he did his PhD also in Samskrita, Pandit Rajamani. He asked him to translate Tripura Rahasya, the major representative text of Srividya. And he did it in a very scholarly way, like a Sanskrit Pandit. Then Baba went through the script and gave it back to him. He said, who will read this book? Why do you think they should read? Next question. Why do you think they should read? Who will understand? Go and do the translation in a different way. Baba, in what way, Swamiji? So that people can understand. So he made him translate it all over again. It's available on print, it is there, you can read. So in the introduction part, he shares this experience. How Baba made me write in a different approach so that people can understand what Srividya is all about. Similar way, my Guru Srividya Guru, he is a scholar par excellence. You name anything under the sun. You name anything under the sun. I am not exaggerating. He can speak about it for hours and hours and hours. And his articles and books are like amazing. People cannot read and understand. See, he never wrote wanting that people should understand. That was not his desire. It's not necessary. The intention is to document all that is valuable. so that somebody will come and decode and do it, because they are all extinguishing, not available. So his 3 volumes, it's in Kannada, on Srividya, it's called Srividya Shodashika. It's like treasure house of Srividya. Actually, I had approached him before he became my Srividya Guru. I didn't know that he would become my Srividya Guru, because he is a sort of the danceologist and musicologist. World renowned he is in that particular field. You may not be knowing because he is not a Bollywood or Hollywood star or cricketer. So just because you don't know, that doesn't mean that he is not meritorious. He just documented everything. And because of that reason, I went to him to know something about Natya Shastra, written by Bharata Muni. Even Natya Shastra is written by a sage, not an ordinary human being. That's how my interactions were since my young age. I used to go to him for many understandings and clarifications and all that. So once I had expressed my desire to do my PhD under him. PhD. That could not happen, that's another story. Then just before leaving his body, about 1 year or 6 months before, suddenly he said, your desire to do your PhD under me has not happened, my dear. I said, doesn't matter, Gurugale, you have given me more than 1 PhD. What do I do with a certificate which the university gives? It doesn't really matter to me at all. Then it so happened that after a few days, one of our students, they had come with me to meet Gurugala. I used to take my students also, so that they receive, blessings for their future. And one person expressed his desire, because he doesn't know Kannada, he is from Tamil Nadu. He said, Gurugale, why not Amma translate your Srividya books, 3 volumes. Each volume is about 500 to 600 pages. And he had planned 8 volumes, but he could not complete in his lifetime. So, Amma can translate so that if it's in English, many people can read. And he turned to me and said, what do you say? I said, Gurugale, I cannot translate your book because each sentence is a paragraph in his book. I am not exaggerating. If you read it, you will understand. What, Sri Lakshmi? Each paragraph contains only 1 sentence. And by the time you come to the last word, you would have forgotten how did you begin the first sentence. And all over you go back. And then you need to understand how to read his book also. Such concentrated thought process, that's what Srividya is.